Hey everybody, Jason here with Landlord Launch, and today what we're going to be discussing is actually a question that we had about maintenance. So the question was, do you have any type of provision in your lease agreement that holds the tenant responsible for damages that arise from negligence, for not reporting something along those lines? Again, the answer is yes, we do. Let me pull up. Here is a sample of a residential lease agreement, and this is a great example of the terms, kind of some of the verbiage on there. So, tenant agrees to notify management of any and all repairs that are needed for the property. No additions or improvements may be made without the written permission of the manager. In the event that it is determined that the tenant is responsible for causing damages, they will be charged back the cost of the damages. This extends to service calls pertaining to plumbing, pipes, fixtures, garbage disposal, and so forth. When the malfunction is deemed to be caused by the misuse of a resident or their guests. So yeah, there's a clause in there, and it happens quite often. And one of the things, and it's not just maintenance stuff, but I mean, think about the type of damage that water causes. So I mean, depending on where it's at, it can create mold. You may then have to get in there and treat the mold. It may pull up, linoleum if it's perhaps in a bathroom and that type of stuff. So it may damage subflooring. So all of that stuff. So I think this is very important. And, any of the mechanical stuff in there, if they don't treat it right. Now, one of the things that I like to do to kind of get ahead of this is the quarterly inspection, and that's basically where I go in with a little checklist of things I like to look at. I personally like to go in quarterly and put in a good filter, a good 90-day filter, put the date on there, check their smoke alarms, have a list of other things on there, but just generally checking for leaks, looking at the landscaping, making sure that there's no like volunteer trees growing up against the house, or any of like the vine type plants going in and wrapping up around any of the stucco, things along those lines, and then deal with those in real time. Because one of the things that you can do then is you can charge that tenant in real time for that damage, rather than waiting until the end of the lease term and then getting hit with all these things that may zap all your security deposit. If you do it at the quarterly inspection and say, okay, well, these are the items you found, I'm going to fix these things, this is what I'm going to charge you, you're going to put it on the account, they pay it in real time. It's a little more manageable for them to actually take care of that, even if you have to make a payment arrangement. I mean, if you charge them $300 or $400 for repairs, and they say, hey, can I pay this over the next 2 or 3 months? Well, why not? I mean, it's in your favor to get them to pay for this stuff now, as opposed to waiting until move out, to where they think their deposit will cover it, and if it doesn't cover all of it, then it's very unlikely that you're going to collect the remaining balance on that. So that's how I address those deals, and I absolutely have a provision for negligence and other damages, tenant caused damages, guest caused damages in the lease agreement. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below. And also, if you want a copy of this sample lease agreement, let me know as well. I'll shoot it over to you, and you can, it's a Word doc, so you can take it. You can actually use it if you want to. If you just like provisions out of there, pull the provisions out of there. Of course, anything that you use, make sure to have legally reviewed, because this is a sample lease agreement, and laws will vary from state to state. So once again, thank you for watching. This is Jason with the Landlord Launch, and we will see you next time.